On the instructions.
Ken, can I give you a copy of the last CIP meeting? It's way back in March. I know you won't remember.
Agenda in the minute.
Ken?
Thank you.
Oh, and they don't.
You're doing something there wrong. You need some folks.
Well, Mike did email me this afternoon to say he was not going to be able to attend.
Okay. I
So
know Russ certainly can't come either at CIP.
Do you know if Bill's coming?
he did not say one way or the other, but here comes somebody.
Somebody.
That's Ken, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll,
All right, well, it is 7:02, so shall we call the meeting to order, please? And for the agenda, the first is to review the BAC meeting minutes from October 8th. So those are attached and have been distributed. Are there any comments?
I thought they were okay, you know.
Make motion, we accept as written.
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, then if we could do the
Motion passes.
CIP meeting.
Yeah, and then Gail did request that we do a
Yeah,
quick.
I have copies. Does anybody else need a copy?
Sorry, Gail, what would you, what do we?
We're gonna do a CIP meeting in a minute.
Review their minute.
Yeah, real quick.
March 31st.
Gail, do you have an extra copy?
Wait a minute.
Here.
I can't bend over that far.
Do you have another?
It was
one?
fair. or
I
that-
do, I do.
Thank you.
So this was a meeting after town meeting?
Yes. March 31st. It was our first meeting.
I move we accept.
I'd say second.
Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you. And it does such a great job.
How many CIP, your CIP, your CIP, your CIP, and he's.
CIP.
The four.
And
Everybody
Mike,
is no,
and
And
Oh,
and Ken Case.
Ken.
Ken Case and Mike.
Oh, so there are.
all right, so that gets us through the minute review. So the next step is we're going back to the review of budgets. And our first one is our favorite. Kent, with highway. How much money are you gonna save us this week? What are we doing?
Okay. We'll start with cemeteries.
Okay, let me-
And that is 4195430. Line 174.
Thank you. That's so much easier.
It's on
Got
the- It's on the agenda.
Yep. Oh, there you do. Yep.
17.
174.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, so you've gotten 2,500, spent 22 as of last month.
Hmm.
Labor, you anticipating any labor changes?
Okay, the change, everything is the same until cemetery maintenance hired will be reduced to $500.
Whee, nice.
Well, don't sign.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And cemetery repairs and supplies, we will add 2,000. That is for the future opening of the field across the street, if we need to have anything done there.
Did you say add to the 1,000 or make it 2,000?
No, add 2,000, so it's 3,000 total?
3,000.
Is what you're looking for?
3,000.
Yeah, so it kind of melts each other out.
Yeah.
And Ken, can you explain just a little something about what that involves?
Those
What do you think?
funds will be for the opening of the new cemetery. So there's some paperwork we have to do, boundaries, and anything else that comes up. It's there for me to.
$2,000 or $3,000 worth of
Yes.
opening it up.
And that's where you've got all that fill and everything
Yeah.
else kind of stacked right now, because you've been getting that ready.
One that's a green area.
This is where the new tree is.
It's a what?
This is that whole area where we planted the new tree.
Yeah.
And the green area.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, and then that's it for cemetery.
all right.
I do want to start in the regular highway department budget, a part-time budget, part-time help.
Ken, can I just ask you one question, getting back to cemetery? Sorry. You got 2,500 budgeted for services. You want to leave that at 2,500?
No, that was down to 500.
That's not. If I go-
Oh, I thought he moved, I thought maintenance was down to 500.
Yeah, maintenance was down.
Oh,
I'm talking
I'm sorry,
about the-
correct. Burial
Burial
services.
You got 2,500, but you only
Burial
spent
services.
437. I
We
mean,
don't touch anything else.
okay.
Okay. Lines 249, starting.
We're gonna add in the very first line or wherever you need to put it. Start a part-time budget line item and just put 3,000 on it.
Where are we then?
I didn't get that. Would you?
Yeah,
So we are at line 251. I think the request,
What's the budget number?
there, yeah,
The, we're jumping.
the line
down
number?
to total, down below cemeteries, you have the section for labor, administration and overtime.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are two.
Would also add a part-time.
Now, is that person gonna have, well, that'd be part-time, so we wouldn't be paying any sort of,
I'm just putting a line item
Okay.
in there for now.
all right, so I am gonna add a line after highway overtime.
Yes,
Why is there a part-time person?
I'm getting started for the future. I may not even touch this, but I know things that I know things about the health. And you've got a 69-year-old man and how old is Steve? How old is Steven?
He's gotta be 65.
65?
in there.
Yeah, so I'm aiming towards the future and I'm just making sure that this isn't a line item, because if you're gonna need a new person, someone has to get out of the way. And you'll want them part-time, you want an open space for a new person in the future.
So in terms of dollar value, what are you budget?
I'm just putting 3,000 in for now. We'll go from there.
I'm not quite clear on this. So would you, right now you have 3 full-time people
Yeah,
and you want to have a
I'm
empty.
not gonna hire anybody. I just wanna put a line item for a part-timer on here, so you'll have it in case something goes wrong.
Why wouldn't that be covered in the regular salaries?
I don't know. I'm not
Because
an
there would
expert in
be-
that. I just want a part-time line. item.
Right, I would think that we have, so if I'm following what you're saying. You wanna have the option to have,
A
to
part-time,
bring somebody in
Yes.
as needed, also sort of to, maybe train a little bit and.
especially in
a
the
bench.
winter when we get a whopping blizzard and the
Right.
house has pneumonia, which
Right.
has happened twice.
Right,
So
and
this
then,
is-
but then we've got the labor line.
Yes,
So the only difference to the labor line is that I think that using that line. We will automatically calculate additional like social security and other
Okay.
benefits,
Yeah,
right? So, which we wouldn't necessarily apply to a part-time
Well,
employee,
that's what you're thinking about,
Right.
right?
a subcontractor.
no, I'm not a subcontractor.
No,
It's a part-time
No, it's
employee.
It
part-time.
would be a part.
We always had a part-time line
Yep.
and then it was taken out about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he wants to put it back.
Okay,
in.
so,
okay, all right.
Employee.
For part-time employees.
But there's no offset to the labor line to cover that 3,000, it's an additional.
it's an additional
It's a-
charge,
and
yeah,
It's a loan.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not anticipating using this, I just wanna get it in there, just.
Right.
Just.
Understood, and what will, I think the action as well is to see if the account. Item number is still available, because if it existed 4 years ago in Quicken, it might still be there, we can just. Hopefully resurrect that one.
So it could be like,
141.
between overtime and,
Yeah, I've got it right now, just sitting in between overtime and social security, or maybe it should be after Medicare, honestly.
but it should be further down.
Yeah, I think it should go between 245,
Yeah.
254 and 255, should be right before 255.
Why,
So-
why is that?
Because social security, Medicare all relate to the labor line item of line 250,
Will do part-timers get benefits?
no.
No.
No,
Would this be a 1099 person or they'd be on payroll?
they'd be on
They'll
payroll.
be on payroll, but there are no benefits.
Okay.
All right, but so, and as of right now, just for clarity and the record, the labor discussion, we're waiting on the Board of Selectmen to tell us what they're doing with all of the COEs and stuff like that, right?
And where do you want that entered again, Rob? I didn't catch that after the.
You could
Medicare.
actually, Rob, put that right after overtime and then you've got all the. After that, social security, Medicare.
Yeah, the reason I put it after Medicare on my sheet is just because that one should not impact social security and Medicare,
Right,
right? Because it's a part-time employee.
Yeah, but you still-
Yeah, the numbers.
Still have
change.
to,
I mean,
you still have to pay in social security and
Yeah.
Medicare on them. Cause they're part-time.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
no
you're,
different than the other employees. It's just that
I'm
they,
sorry, you're right.
that they
Yeah.
don't work full-time.
okay, so we ought to put it in after overtime.
I mean, it doesn't really matter either one, but we will have to.
No, it's a good point, because it will change those two numbers, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Oh,
yes, it
Well,
will. Are you gonna keep labor to at the number it already
Everything else is
still
fine.
is?
Yeah, at least for now, until the selectmen say anything. Okay,
Okay. So then you're all set with that now?
yeah, I think.
Okay, go all the way down to 4312732 culvert pipe.
All right,
I seem to be habitually using
a lot more than.
almost the $5,000, so let's just make that item $5,000.
Okay, so this year, at least according to the last report, you were at 6,900 spent so far.
Yes.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you figure
Trying to
five,
be Fiscally responsive.
Gotcha.
I got you at 5.
okay,
And that is it.
everything else,
Everything
basically,
Remains the
you're
same.
feeling good.
Don't forget to add something to the vehicle maintenance fund.
Yeah, that, we got that in the CIP
You've got that
plan.
in the CIP.
Okay.
And how much is the East Road Bridge?
Yes, I've got figures on that. In other words, we're gonna have to, can you give us a quick report on what's happening with the Powers Road Bridge?
The Powers Road Bridge, the footings are all in.
Oh, really?
We're gonna backfill Thursday. And here's some pictures.
Oh, good.
Scroll along this.
So they were gonna put the new bridge on top of the existing one.
If you look at the pictures, it makes it clear for you,
Okay.
because there's the old bridge and that's the part
Oh
that
my
was
God,
falling
that
in the
went-
brook.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like at first.
Yeah,
Now slowly scroll along and you'll see the progress. There's the bridge being removed,
okay. I'll pass it along.
Yeah. going the wrong way. There's my
Nice
favorite one.
try.
So the bottom line though is you expect this to be done within the next, what, month?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't tell what that means at all.
Yeah.
That didn't look like anything.
Ken, when you see,
Looks like a slab of
I'm not
concrete.
saying it's gonna be finished.
Yeah,
It's the first part
that's
to be done.
that's.
no, because it's pretty.
That's the old,
fab, they come in.
That's the old one?
Yeah.
Okay. The new one is gonna just go right on top of it. I got the details on that.
Ken, when you say the footings are in, these are the ones that are set back behind the existing.
Right, if you look at the pictures,
Okay.
really obvious
Okay,
that they look like a big giant foot. And
Okay,
it's
okay.
Deep in the ground, there's a big giant foot, and then you put a block on top of that,
Right there, Andy.
shaped.
Oh, Here, and they look at that.
and the bridge. goes
Oh,
on
okay,
top of
yep,
that.
yeah, and then the bridge floats up.
So
Does this
there's
get
the,
filled, Ken?
there's the old bridge.
Yep,
The brook is right in between.
yep, yep.
There's a footing way out there and there's a footing right there and the
Right.
bridge sets on top.
And does the gap get filled then, that void, or?
That's the brook.
Well, no, the brook is between the old footings there, I mean,
The
this
bridge is like that far from that door
okay.
when it's in.
Got
Now, you expect this to be done
Cool.
within what, a month? A month.
Yeah,
It's going pretty fast.
Yeah, cause they come in and it's pretty much prefab, right, and then they kind of pop it down.
Yeah, all they gotta do right now is pour the two abutments,
So, oh,
and then they come back, oh, they got the
That's,
board.
yeah, that's.
Okay. That's the footing that I was looking at.
Well, something goes on top of it.
The abutment is gonna
It's
go
right here.
on top of the footing.
It's right there.
Okay, so they poured that already?
Yep.
So they, all they gotta do is backfill those and set the bridge in
back
place.
tomorrow and
Okay.
Friday,
Really?
and then you wait for the next crew to come in with it. That crew goes off to the next bridge and the next crew comes in.
Sets it, sets everything.
So it's gonna have a wood deck, right? We paid for the wood deck additional, and then is
Here,
there
if you want to see.
paving leading up to the,
You want to pass it to Amy then?
is it dirt at that point?
It's dirt, that big was.
Okay,
And it'll be a very pretty country lane.
right. No, we've walked it. I forgot it was dirt. Okay, great.
Ken, I've got some other questions for your budget, just going back up here, that you've got 500 for we had 2,500 for the pager and telephone, 1905. You think that'll stay the same? That's up at the, 2341.
Yeah, we're at $709 now. It's
no,
very,
no, I'm talking about 2341, you're at 1905 versus 2,500 budget.
That's what we had as
oh,
a,
is that what you got? You're ahead of me.
Yeah. So I didn't know, do you see additional expenses?
I don't, I keep the same, only if Verizon raises and lowers, which I don't see. I just get the,
So should we lower it to 2,000 then? I mean,
I wouldn't lower anything on this budget.
well, I would like to review some stuff. You've got electricity at 7, we've got a budget of 700, but you've got 1,203 you've already spent. I don't think electric rates are gonna be going down any. Should we raise that budget line item to 13 or 1,500? I mean, it's close to being doubled. And that's 2410.
I would agree with you on that, because we've got a lot of darkness coming. Most of it is lights and heat.
So should we make
Yeah.
that 1,500?
You
that
should raise
that
that
seems
back.
prudent, given the fact that
Yeah.
we know that costs are gonna just get worse.
And propane, I'm not sure if there's a propane thing. I think that probably,
Well, the other line there is the supplies line, highway supplies. You're already 1,600 over on that one.
Yeah, yeah. But
What,
David, it's okay. David, I don't anticipate buying a lot of stuff at this time.
okay,
That mostly was summertime work and,
but do you normally spend more than,
well,
the-
I've been faced with an increase every year of how many percent of inflation, so it's kind of a surprise. I mean, if you took the whole budget and added 7% to everything, then you would be safe, but I don't know if you can do.
so in
that.
other words, instead of 7,000, why don't we have highway supplies at 8,000?
That would be fine with me.
Well, should we do that? I mean, this is the largest part of our budget.
Yeah, was it an anomaly this year that you spent that much? or is
No,
that
it seems to
typical?
be, it's the
No.
typical expenditure.
That would be the prices have gone up that much.
Yeah.
Right.
Is 8 enough? I mean, is the other question.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would
I think similarly, there are other lines that we had just placeholders in like $1, like the seminars.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you did spend, so the point
100%,
is,
right,
do we need to
Yeah,
reinstitute
exactly.
those? Right. In other words, do
I
you
s-
expect to go to seminars?
No. The reason I went was it was very specific. That seminar was very specific to class 5 and class 6 roads.
Yeah, no, I think it's good that you go. What I'm saying is, should those
Right.
be, should we provide for those in the budget?
yeah, I mean, does Josh is he gonna be thinking?
The problem with the new classes is they have them so far up north now. They don't seem to do them down here anymore. They do them up in Maine. And we just don't hear about anything in northern New Hampshire. We don't hear about it.
Would it be a good idea to send Josh to that greater class?
I'd like to, but they haven't had it down here.
No,
And I don't get anything from them. They don't send me a
no.
Yeah, though Josh is pretty good with the grade, he's better than I am.
He's catching on.
So did we decide to put
Well,
highway supplies
Steve
up
was
there.
always good, but I
See,
sent him to that class.
One guy's got 30 years experience, and the other guy's got 25 years experience.
Yeah.
They were teaching him, so why bother?
Well,
Okay.
there's a lot of things they teach in that greater class that I think even Steve was really happy going to it, because things he picked up and liked when I sent him.
If you know, I'm trying to help you save money. If you want to add to some of these things, of course.
Let me be clear though, we have placeholders because you wanted to save
Yeah.
money, but then you spent the money, which is fine.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying,
Which is-
then we should budget.
which is worse, to have me find out I need to spend $500 in some place or pull up the budget.
Well, the question is, what's bloating the budget, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I think the 170 for a seminar is not gonna bloat the budget, given everything else we got going on,
Right.
right? You know, if we were putting in, $500 for training and seminars, that might be a little excessive, given the track record, right? And the
Sure.
fact that it's unlikely you're gonna go to that many. So I think that there is a legitimacy to put something in there, given that if it was offered, you would go, or you would send one of the guys, right? And it's not like it's gonna break us to have that.
Let's put 200 in, we just.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take it.
we've got 2 or 3 months to readjust this. Also, what'd you say about office supplies? You spent $67. You still want that as $1? I mean.
Yeah,
$50 or something, just to,
yeah, you can put
or $100
$50.
or something.
I'm certainly not an office guy. I might buy a pen.
Well,
That's
since you have
about
it.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if
gonna start a lot of
there actually-
pens.
if there is activity, we should do something. with that.
Are you getting these details? Because I'm not getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did we decide on the NH supplies above that? Do we decide, we're changing it to 8,000 or just leaving it at 7,000?
8 is what we decided. So,
Okay.
okay, so the summary is, for everyone to hear. Line 264, training and seminars, we're moving to 200. Line 265, highway supplies, we're putting to 8,000.
Okay,
Office supplies, we're putting 50.
You're gonna do electricity up to 1,500?
Yeah. 15.
So
2410.
electricity, 2410 also bumped to 1,500. We did not discuss propane, but there's also, so if you haven't heard,
What's going on too with diesel fuel and gas, do you know?
I haven't paid attention. I mean, the big news lately is that gas prices are coming down because manufacturing has increased, right? But who knows how long that's gonna last. Wait till somebody sneezes in the middle.
Yeah, you're pretty,
Grossly over, do you know if it's grossly over or?
The impression I got was grossly over, but I would say that, again, all you need is somebody to sneeze in the Middle East and that'll change in a heartbeat. So I don't think there's.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see as the year, usually do the contracting this time of year. So I have another question on the highway signs. We had 1,500, you spent 1,570. Do you plan on doing more highway signs?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a constant.
Is it a constant too?
yes, we need them
Okay.
on, the places.
So, okay, and you think it's gonna be 1,500, just
Yeah.
fill up that, I know you had to do some big ones that have
They
been coming in.
build them almost as quickly. as they put them out.
And reported to Primex. And then the other one, I got a question, I'm just curious. We have a trust fund for asphalt and paving. Why do we have a budget line item making, and the Board of Selectmen are agents? So the money's always available. You don't have to go back to the town. It's in the trust fund. Why do we have another $6,000?
That's
Six
for
three oh.
that's for the small repairs that I do. Maybe I'll put a culvert in a paved road and I'll buy a small amount of pavement. A truckload costs like $500 or $600.
But why not just take it out of the trust? I mean, Board of Selectmen are the agent.
because every time you're gonna take it out of the trust, you gotta have them write a letter to the trustees, and it has to go from the trustees to the bank, and from the bank to the selectmen, and it's a pain in the ass.
This is filling up the little potholes.
You know,
If they go down, buy $250 worth of hot top, they're not gonna go to the trust funds for $250. And then the next day or 2 days later, get another $300 worth.
So it's really, it's the administrative overhead for the small
Yeah.
purchases for repairs. The administrative overhead to go through to get the money from the trust is excessive and
well,
outweighs
I
the
can see
actual.
that, but just in terms, having been the treasurer, in terms of actual administration, you don't have to do it every time there's an invoice. You could, the general fund has enough money to pay for these things automatically, so the invoice can be paid, you can do the thing, but then maybe once a year, maybe 6 months, maybe a quarter. She goes, okay, keep track of it, and then you just have the trustee put the money, you don't have to do it every time there's an invoice.
Peter, I will say there is another aspect to it from the CIP standpoint in our planning. When we do, and hopefully tonight we'll talk about your road paving plan. We align the plan, the big paving plans with the balances in those trust funds.
Right.
And if we find out later that monies have been used for other things, incidentals, we just need to catch up with that new balance. It just makes it a little more difficult for us to know what we have to work with for the big planning projects. The other thing is that fiscally, it doesn't make a difference if it comes out of the regular budget or.
Well, it does, because if it's in this $6,000 increases our tax rate. If we took that $6,000 out, we'd have a lower tax rate.
But what I'm saying is
If it's in, it can be in,
Never.
if it's in the trust funds, that's a one-shot deal trained. And we never have to go back to the town to get it to come back out. So.
Because the selectmen are agents.
They're agents, yeah, the money's there for decades, doesn't matter when you use it.
Right.
And there's always extra money there, because it's not like we're using it. It's not like the town allocates and with a warrant article, $125,000 goes into the trust fund. That's not all used. I mean, look at the end of the year, look at for the last 5 years, you'll always see that particular trust fund is loaded with money at the end of the year. So I'm just saying, because it has a tax ramifications, plus we're loaded with budget, I'm just thinking that.
To be clear, one of the reasons those funds have those large balances at the end of the years, because it's not just for that year. And again, it's our future planning. So we're saying, right, there's carryover, and we're balancing that against needs for next year. And that whole balancing act. So again, you're not wrong, but 6 in one, half dozen on the other.
Yeah, so I guess my question is, when you say, and I think we should move on with it as well, but when you say it doesn't impact, that this in the budget line item impacts the tax rate, but it wouldn't if it was out of the trust. But if we have to put the money back into the trust, that's still coming out of our taxes,
You
right?
don't have to, because there's always extra monies in the trust.
No, but there are extra
Well, I
monies.
guess the
because-
argument is,
because
what is
there
the
are-
extra
They
money?
have to be spent.
No, wait, there's extra monies because the town has voted on a warrant article to put the money in there, which is what we do every year.
Right.
And that obviously does have an impact on the tax rate. So it hits you one way or the other.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, let's say we put 125,000 this past year, his invoice is only for 110. There's that $15,000 left over, why not use it for this?
Because I don't know.
I mean, it's all asphalt and paving, so it shouldn't affect your CIP planning.
I need the flex of the cost, and if I go down and I decide to put an apron in, I know that flex is in there. If we do it to the dollar, I won't be able to do it, I'll tie my hands.
I think-
I've always just leave it like it is and
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah,
on.
I think ultimately the money has to be accounted for and it has to be raised. It comes out of taxes, whether it comes out of taxes this year, next year, or 5 years down the road, because we sucked money out of the fund, it's still gonna get paid by taxes. Right? I mean, it's not that money in the trust
It's already
is,
been paid, my point is.
but maybe it hasn't, because that money is being used to plan for the bigger projects next year and the year after.
And the important part that I'm trying to get across, and I'm not doing a good job of, is that
No, I-
we're making those recommendations to the selectmen of warrant articles to go into the paving fund in the context of other things in our plan. So if $5,000 is less than that, that's another 5,000 that we need to make up somewhere else. So there is an impact. It may be a delayed impact, but there's always a tax impact.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask a kind of different question. Last year, we had money left over in the highway budget because you only had 2 people for a good part of the year.
Yes.
Do you expect to spend all of your budget this year? Are there gonna be any savings
Very
anywhere?
close,
It's gonna be close,
very close.
because you're still well under sand and winter salt, but you're gonna spend all of that.
Winter salt will not change,
What do
because
you
I have
mean?
a full shed.
So you're not, okay, well, you're 6,000 under
Yeah.
right now on winter salt.
Yeah, and I have a stockpile. So,
Okay.
it's such a moving target that I.
Yeah,
think
gosh
it's
darn. How do I cut this thing off?
Yeah, and the most, I could get an ice storm and.
I could get-
Yeah,
If I could get,
And that's likely, usually the first one is an ice storm.
more of an ice storm, yeah. But but that would be monies for next year, you would, because
Well, but January.
you might still buy
Everything in
it.
front of January,
Right, right.
this, what we have now, and after
If
January.
I
we
could
start
just say airplane mode with that kind of.
Live winter.
Yeah, I think so.
Next month.
Yeah.
So January,
Yeah, so
so I have a little spare sand and I have a little spare salt. I don't like to, you don't like to mess with, some years I go grossly over.
yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
I think it was-
It's just.
I think-
know you wanna get money out of there, but I think I'll be too close this year.
All
Well, I
right.
think what we're looking at, and if I can read Gail's mind a little on this, is that there's about $11,000 there that you haven't spent.
Yeah, it's
Right.
early in the season for me.
But when it comes to, so I wouldn't necessarily say that we're talking about, that she's thinking, and at least I'm not thinking about reducing that number for next year. But we also have to start thinking about what our tax rate is.
Yeah.
And how we set that. So if we go under our budget this year, and big numbers are always helpful for that, right?
Right.
You know, those kinds of things allow us to say, you know, what do we take or not take out of the general fund to help us abate the tax rate, right? So $11,000 is a pretty nice number, right, to
Right.
start with, if it's not gonna change, right? I mean,
Right.
that might change next week, right? But, you know, but,
Well, Yeah, we're gonna be worrying about this within another 3 weeks. And we'll be after you then to say, I'm not going to spend.
make sure you talk to Punxsutawney Phil. I got a direct line. No, I'm just.
Right.
Anyway, okay, good
So
stuff.
we're just gonna leave those.
Yeah, we're leaving those the
And
same.
brothers, okay.
Yeah, that conversation is really more about looking for potential savings.
Yeah.
This year's budget that help us affect next year's tax rate.
Okay.
So
Do we wanna,
I think before we move into the CIP, which I know can be a bigger topic, we do have the Conservation Committee here.
okay,
Who's been very, very patient for the first half hour, and he's probably gonna be done in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Free handouts.
I think I already have it, so you're,
Can
yeah,
I mail it to everybody?
yeah, you did mail it, so I've
What
got
are
it.
the numbers?
Okay,
Yeah, 352.
Yep,
yeah, so, we'll end up the year probably around 2,800.
Mike, before you begin, can I just point out, the budget for 2025, you've got is 4152, but the actual budget that we voted on is 3902.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
yeah, because it's, the big
Budget-
difference is the miscellaneous supplies. I noticed what you had said
Right.
around had 500, but
Right.
we only ever had 250 in there.
right,
We only had 250.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just want to make sure that's clear.
okay,
I think that's the difference.
yeah,
That-
yeah.
Right.
That's what I said,
Yeah.
$500, that's, you know, $250.
Okay, well, then we'll end up the year probably around 2,847, so underspent the 3,800.
2847.
Yeah, so we still have 2 outstanding invoices that are gonna come our way. One for the annual membership, $250 usually for New Hampshire Association of Conservation Commissions. Usually comes in December. And that's $250. And then we have, we're gonna mow the meadow here,
Mhm.
and that'll be $700. We'll mow that in the end of the month, so. So we'll come in around that 2,847 number. And so then I just basically flatlined it, plus or minus through 2026.
But just to be clear, are we gonna reducing that miscellaneous supplies to 250?
Well, we're not that, we have, so you're saying, so I was,
Right.
in your submission, the big one is that your professional services you brought down to 1,400.
Right,
If I got,
so last year we did the iNaturalist training.
oh, right,
So we did a special event, that was $1,800.
Got it.
So we don't anticipate a special event, so that'll be just basically mowing.
Okay.
Services.
Yeah.
all right, and,
we're mowing both fields. We'll mow the western property every other year. This one we're mowing every year. That's kind of our management plan for it, so.
Okay.
That'll bounce back and forth.
Okay,
okay, and then to Peter's point, the question on the supplies, you had 250 last year, this year and last year. You had put in 500 carrying it over, you didn't spend anything, do you?
Right.
Yeah, so we spent in-kind donations of about $275. So that's so I figured I'll just carry the 500 over.
But it's not, it was 250.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Can we, let's
Yeah.
make it, so we just
Can we-
make 250 again.
We can go 250 again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
So that would reduce the total then, right?
Yeah, yeah, so then so it would be like $2,500.
Yeah, 2302 is the total.
Yeah, so I think that's probably fine.
Okay. Yeah, with no special event, right, that way.
Right. And then,
50.
like I said, every other year,
So it's-
we'll probably double our mowing expense every other year.
Okay,
So the-
yeah, because you do
The
the
only
extra.
change is the 1,400, right? 300 to 3,000.
Yeah, that's the big change.
Okay.
Well, the only change.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Well, and then the
No
correction.
training and seminars again, nothing.
Yeah,
I'm picking up.
I mean, if one popped up, we would just kind of fit it in there, into the budget, so,
Okay. All right, very good.
pretty easy.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Thank
You're welcome to stay if you'd like to hear
Things to do.
that.
See you later.
Thank you,
You
Mike.
bet.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, we will essentially transition to the CIP
Yeah.
version of highway, so I will let Gail run.
Okay, well, the big thing is continuing to save money for the bridges. And so I have a kind of a summary sheet, which may be helpful for people to see what we've got to plan on doing. And these numbers are last year's numbers,
You can share.
okay?
You got one more, Dale?
One more, here you go, I got plenty of them.
Oh, okay.
Everybody have one? Okay. All right, so we started out with, in the asphalt paving fund, 150,000 at the end of December of 24. We added 100,000 at town meeting. So then that meant that you had 250,000 plus interest to spend this year. You know, you can spend that. That seemed to be, okay, so you wound up spending how much this year? Did you spend, do you know how much you spent this year?
Should have that in here.
Let's see, where will that show up?
That would be,
I think you added roughly 30,000 for your Hadley Highway project.
Hadley Highway was 10.
10, it was 10 plus something else.
And then the entire paving projects of West.
Okay, all right, so in other words, we expected you to spend 130,000 this year. That's what you've done, you think?
Nobody has that figure? You got the figure for the paving last year? No?
I don't have it on my, because it comes out of the trust, I don't come on my sheet. I'd have to pull up a different sheet.
The hard thing is that we don't see those numbers until the end of the year or at some point.
I always.
Well, I wonder if they're actually in Mike's, because doesn't Mike have the?
So, well, here's what was discussed. This was in the minutes we just talked about, right? So in addition to the 98,000 previously discussed for the wearing course on West Road, you requested an additional 26,000 to do paving on Mud Road,
Yeah,
Yes,
okay? Originally planned for 2027, and you were gonna
Yeah.
switch that with something else.
Yeah.
And an additional 10,000 to do surface grinding on Hadley Road.
what's that?
So that comes out to 108, 128, it's like 130 and change, 132, something like that.
So you had 130 Gabe for this year.
yeah, I think that's what, so,
Roughly, so that the ending value is 120,
yeah, it should be,
roughly 120,000.
yeah. So, so if we just had a ending value, then we would know what we have to, we will be able to figure out
So we just need to know what's in the paving.
what's
Trust.
in there.
It's in the trust, okay.
Oh,
Well,
what's already been paid, pulled out.
yeah,
Right, which
Is
is
there
about
anything, is there anything outstanding?
should be about 130, right?
Yeah.
Because all that's done, right? You're
So-
not,
all done.
So you have that, you're gonna do Colburn Road and Sarah Drive, any idea how much that's gonna cost?
I'd like to do Colburn Road, which will be $63,708.
63,
This is Colburn Road?
say, say that again,
Schedule 63,708 for Colburn,
okay.
and I'd like to pave Hadley for 70,335. And that's,
Hadley's not on this list,
it's not on the list.
Hadley,
that comes to 137,601.49.
137,601. Does everybody, do we have this sheet? We're all going by this sheet. that he
Yes.
gave us.
I
You don't have
That's
it.
a paving.
Is that from last year or?
From
That's last year's, I
Oh,
think.
I don't have it on me, but yeah, I got it some.
Okay, so, I mean, it's hard to know what you're planning to do because we don't understand exactly what you're doing here.
Well, Coburn's not a change, so the only extra is Hadley.
Right.
And that's
Something
70,000.
else that was switched last year. Remember you swapped, what was that? Do you remember? Again, I've got all this in previous minutes.
I don't remember, but if the other road was not as important.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you,
only because
right,
it
you
was-
felt there was a priority issue.
Yeah.
You have Sarah Drive on here. You want to take that off?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Sarah. Sarah will not be done.
Okay.
So
Take
it's,
Sarah out.
Well, not done next year, but are you pushing it out or just
gonna push it out.
any inkling to how far?
It'll probably be the following year because it's a little cracked. The
Okay.
problem with Sarah is it's way off on the other side of town and I'm too cheap to pay for the trench.
Couldn't we get away with just crack filling
I already did.
Sarah Drive?
Oh, Sarah's got a lot of cubing. The cube.
Yeah.
Sarah's going like this and it's starting cube all the way down the
Oh,
center.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you paid Hadley Highway. You got it where,
It's ready to pave.
well, but people are using it now.
I have to tell you, I ride my bike on that road all the time.
People like it.
It's much better. With no asphalt. It is smooth, it's,
The only
Do
thing
you
I,
need to be paved?
well, exactly, but there is that hill and I would be concerned about
well,
washing.
the other thing too is from the beginning of time Hadley Highway was a state
Uh-huh.
made highway. We've invested years and years of money to have that paved,
Yeah.
not only from the town, from the state. So all those folks behind that have gone made sure that we had a paved road to go there. It was the main route to Greenville.
Have you heard from residents who live on
It's
Hadley?
50-50.
Yeah,
Some people like you
Yeah.
love it the way it is, and some people, but I think also we will lose. I don't know how much, but you lose block grant money by removing that thing.
Okay, it would be great if we had an updated sheet where we could
There's no
understand. what you're-
change, Gabe. The only change is me adding, just if we want to do that.
So it's add Hadley to 26 and
Yeah.
move Sarah to 27.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
so what we had planned, right? Is we had planned as far as putting money into the trust fund.
What's interesting too is Sarah is the same paving amount as doing Hadley. So I would still be coming to you the same amount of money.
So, but you're asking for $70,000 to do Hadley.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Well, Sarah would have been the same.
That's gonna be your biggest project next year.
But just to show where we were at, so where the number that we had for 2026 for paving.
Yeah.
Based on the previous planning was $106,000.
Oh,
And then in 2027, $98,000. So obviously these numbers now are.
okay, if this is a real problem, we won't do Hadley.
No, I'm just trying to understand, if this is now, again, doing our future planning. I'm just trying to understand what those numbers have changed. So we want to look at what are those
What
numbers?
I hate is every year we delay. the cost
Well,
goes up.
Well, the
Yeah.
big one,
Yeah.
well, next year you're gonna do Coburn Road, 63,000.
I'm doing Clover next, yep, 63,708.
Okay, plus Hadley, that's 70,000 right there. So you're talking $137,000 right there.
Yep.
Right, so what we'll need to do from a CIP standpoint now is we'll need to look at our plan. And first of all, probably adjust what we need to ask for to go into the paving trust fund,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We'll need to reevaluate that. And again, it's helpful to know the out years to the degree that we can, and we understand it's not easy to do that. Because we have other things that are falling in there, including equipment and whatnot. So we'll need to just look at our plan and figure out, based on this plan, assuming this is still,
Yeah, so
Which
you
are
have,
accurate.
you currently have what, 140 in the paving?
I don't know, that's the thing, I don't have the latest figure.
Okay.
It's got a pretty good amount.
Probably about 120.
It was
roughly.
355 when I looked at it last, which was last year.
Okay. No,
Quite a chunk of change in that last year.
yeah,
No, there
no,
wasn't.
yeah,
There's
good,
not
with
that
me
much
tonight,
in there.
this, I now see it, now that I read it, you've got the 137 here, that's your paving. What are your equipment needs going to be?
Zero.
What is happening with the tractor?
We're still trying to find somebody to fix it.
Did you call those two numbers that I gave you?
Yes, nobody wants anything to do with it.
What's wrong with it? What's
It's
wrong with
got
it?
a broken transmission and and the parts are very difficult to find. And they don't want to have a tractor split in half, sitting in their shop, waiting for parts.
Okay, so now,
I'm just trying to, I'm trying to align all this with our plan, okay? So what we had way out in the future tractor implements, because we got a new mower thing, right? So that's way out in 33. We don't have the tractor here at all
No, it's zero.
on our plan.
Yeah.
So, we should have, right? I mean, it's an asset. So can you tell me a little bit about the tractor? How old is it?
Tim, when did they get that tractor?
we thought it was bought secondhand in, around 2005.
No, it was bought brand new.
It was bought brand new?
Was
Okay.
it in 2005, the same time as the truck?
It was roughly somewhere in there, yeah.
Well, now you mowed something this summer. What did you do?
I volunteered my tractor and
Now, can you rent a tractor to do this? No. Okay.
I haven't been able to find.
So, so are we hearing that we need a new tractor?
Eventually, but they're expensive.
I know that.
So if you can start putting funds towards that and we'll limp along the best we
I
can.
guess my question is, why do we not have that in our plan?
I know, we don't have that, yeah. And he's even saying we don't need it in the plan when we obviously do.
Well, we do.
Because the life of the tractor should have been 30 to 35 years and it's only been less than 20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's kind of scary that a 20-year-old tractor, you can't get parts for it.
I had to sell one of mine. Because I couldn't get.
Couldn't you get
parts.
parts for it?
What kind is it?
That one's Massey Ferguson, mine was a John Deere. I sent that
Deere.
tractor to Portsmouth. And they sent it back me in worse shape than I gave it to them. I sent it to another dealership. Down in Boston, Massey Ferguson, both were Massey Ferguson dealers. And they just left it in the parking lot. They wouldn't go near it. So now I've tried the guy you gave me the number for. He said he was coming, never came. I got another one I'm checking in Peterborough. They look at it and I don't think they want anything to do with it. It's stuck in reverse and first. It's just years of back and forth in slow motion. Where the new tractors have the automatic
Yeah,
suspension, but a new tractor's what, 80 grand now?
Oh, yeah, easily.
They want you to buy a new tractor. They don't want to fix it.
No, of course.
Now, you're using it now for a splitter.
It's a wood splitter, yeah,
Yeah, that's all you're getting out
that's
of it.
it. So just plan, keep it in the back of your mind and plan out into the future.
well,
See what you
not
can
that
do.
far into the future, it sounds.
Well, if you can't get parts, at some point it just becomes scrap, right?
Right.
And then we don't have a tractor.
What about used parts?
That's what they can't find. They can't find.
Apparently everybody else's is less.
Well,
than
exactly,
longer than ours.
exactly, everybody else is busted too, and there's no
It
transmission.
is a problem. And the same thing with trucks
Yeah.
and our vehicles is.
Right.
The dealership stuff isn't.
Not make them like they used to.
There's nothing available from the state, you know, I see those nice tractors with the things that go up on the
So
side of
listen,
the hill.
I used to rent those tractors.
Yeah,
15 to 20 years ago. They're called Tiger Cats. They just, there's a farm up north. And they rent those from the farm. Now, some of them they purchased. You see the blue ones, they purchased from Channel or dealerships.
and we can't look into getting one from the state that they're trying to, you know, like, George Clark is always getting some kind of special deal from the state.
I doubt it.
There's an
Yeah,
state
they-
auction
Yeah,
site
that's military.
that's.
You would think there's a big difference between a fire truck and a tractor. I'll bet you those tractors are pretty beat by the time they.
If they're getting rid of them, they're done,
Yeah.
kind of thing,
The
probably.
Tiger Cats, really, but they were.
They work.
They were superior tractor. to that.
Question about the mower attachment that we got,
Yeah.
what was that, 3 years ago
Yeah.
or whatever? Is that fairly universal or is it
Yes.
specific to
It would
that?
fit on anything.
Okay, it's just a PTO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, well,
Now,
all right, well, we see what we need for paving.
Please.
The big problem is that we've got to start doing something about preparing for the East Road Bridge, which is gonna cost us,
3 something?
Yeah, maybe $270,000.
Yeah, by the time we get to it, it'll be three.
Well, the estimate right now is, I added 10 already for it.
Did you?
Yeah, right now, we're going to have 53,000 left after we pay totally for Powers Road, the Powers Road Bridge. So that's 50,000 toward the East Road. I had been estimating 270 for the East Road. The actual number is much less than that, because I ran it up 10% or something. So that's something we're gonna have to continue to worry about, is to fund that. Then we've got a police replacement coming up. We need to put more money into the highway and fire department repair fund. So we've got some substantial needs coming up, which we will have to work out.
Yeah, how much do you think we need to put into that? We have fire department and highway here. How much do you think we need to put into that joint repair?
Have you used it?
$10,000.
Well, we put 10
Have you
in last
used it?
year.
At this
We
point?
have not, and we actually have a $20,000 fix that we need fixed, where George is trying to get it out of his current budget this year.
What's that fix?
Pump on the tank.
Well, right
Again?
now, we have
No, no, no,
50,000.
not again. The other one was the engine. This is the. tank.
Oh, the tanker, okay.
All right, well, right now, we had 41,000 plus the 10 that we added. So what do you think we spent this year? Did you
It
spend?
sounds like nobody spent anything yet, but
Nothing.
there's,
I think he has spent regular maintenance stuff, but we're looking at a $20,000 bill, but George is believing that he can get it out of his current budget.
Okay.
Versus going to the
I
fund.
noticed he hasn't spent his money yet.
Yeah, he doesn't wanna go to the fund if we don't have. to.
Okay. So I was figuring that we would add probably another 20,000, maybe even 25 to it. For
The
next,
repair fund?
to their repair fund as a warrant article. If we have the money, well, because now we're gonna be spending more for the paving, so maybe we can't do that.
I would suggest we wait until we look at all of the
Oh, yeah.
CIP requests.
Oh, yeah,
And then, because that's a flexible thing.
that one sounds like we got a good
Yeah, 'cause
flexible
that's-
option on
That's a
that one.
warrant article, and you can do warrant articles in January, and by
Yeah,
then you're
right.
gonna know.
Right.
If he needed the 20,000, if he didn't need the 20,000, so we're gonna end up at the end of the year with 51,000 in there.
yeah,
I would think that would,
that would do
that's
it.
for repairs, that should be covered, should be fine, I would think.
And you all have probably heard that the tennis courts are gonna need another 25,000. No, is there?
I didn't hear the number. I didn't hear a number.
40 something. I don't know how we're gonna manage that.
So to recap that for those new to this, so they got an estimate for $25,000 to repair the tennis court. And my understanding was, and correct me if I'm wrong, that that was really just to resurface it, and what they really need to do is excavate, really get the, is this, you know more about this probably, Amy, right? And they need to, the foundation under it, if you will, needs to be redone, right?
And some of those trees that came down should help though, right?
Yeah.
Because the roots
The
were,
roots were
Right.
disturbing it.
right, so. I don't know why they didn't think about this before, but anyway, the actual cost is closer to
Closer to 50,000.
50,000.
For between 40 and 50. Yeah,
And we've got the money in the fund right now.
they're trying for grants and all that
But
kind
we're
of
gonna
stuff.
need-
but Good luck with that.
Right.
I don't know. So anyway, we've
They've
got
got
some,
25 that they're gonna have to encumber,
Yeah,
yeah, so they don't.
warrant article.
But we still have a bill coming for what he already did, so I imagine that we're gonna end up with the 20, not the 25.
What
Somewhere
was,
around
what was done?
What'd he do?
He took all the brush and raked that whole place out, opened up all the cracks. Pulled all the grass that was this high out of all the cracks. Took all of the brush that was growing through the fence, all the way around the tennis courts and basketball courts out. They were there for a full day.
Yeah,
Who's
Just
the
moving
E that
stuff.
you're talking about?
The tennis people that we got to,
The company?
the company. yes.
Okay, all right.
the group from Vermont, I guess.
Yes,
Well, we're gonna have to think hard then about our CIP needs as we go forward.
Have
Yep.
they
Okay.
considered the option though of eliminating one of the courts and just having one court?
What?
Have they considered the option of eliminating one of the courts and just having one tennis court instead of two?
I think they were talking about one tennis and one pickleball.
If they have one, they'll meet their obligation to not lose the land. You could always add the other one later.
Yeah.
Um,
That would cut that right in half.
yeah.
Well, I wonder if it would, I think that's,
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
look into that, and see if it really would cut it in half.
This
Because
is
a lot of it is moving the equipment in and doing the excavation, so.
Yeah.
You know, whether you do half or the whole thing, there's a difference, but I doubt it's half.
Okay,
We should just go to a
I
claim
think
board.
we've done CIP. We do have to go back to the budget because Carol has asked us that she needs the number to pay for
Right.
that 11,000.
Okay, so we're done with CIP.
Yeah, I think. so.
And we've got a to-do list.
Just one more question.
Yes.
if I may. Anything else, Ken?
That's it.
Yeah.
No, you've got a truck way off in the distance.
Way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there won't be a lot.
I hope you are.
So the,
Can we go through our, on our agenda? We've got our to-do list from last meeting before we get to the new business that we've just brought up as
Okay.
well. So Peter, you're gonna ask Holtz about the Windows 11 upgrade. Was there
Yeah,
any
it's all
outcome?
taken care of.
All good,
All
okay.
taken care of. No,
Good.
nothing else.
We still don't know, I've not seen anything about the state tabulators yet, so that's an outstanding.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Business side of question.
Okay, thank you. The point of sale device, I think basically,
Did you buy it? Or did you
I
have an
mean,
order?
I think she was going to.
Right.
There was one outstanding question from Mike about the fact, like, once you put it on, because it's going on to the existing contract, does that make it so we can't get rid of it if we don't want to?
Right.
But I didn't sound like that was the problem with that, so
Stacy was gonna double check.
I'm hoping that she'll do it. Hopefully it actually pays for itself and we're good to go.
You guys know, but Stacy's mom passed away, so,
Right.
he won't be in for a while.
Okay.
I know she wasn't in Tuesday or Thursday, so
Sure.
she may
That's
be out
terrible.
for the next couple of weeks as well.
she has a health issue?
No, her mom passed away.
Oh, her mother. Oh, okay.
All right, so,
But just getting back real quickly, who's gonna follow up? Should somebody ask Carol? Because Carol will probably
know whether she did it?
yeah,
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine.
okay.
Tax collector was supposed to advise on percentage of tax receipts for our mortgage payments.
We can wait on
Yeah, that's not like a killer.
But I mean, did she? get-
I have not heard anything.
Do you wanna ask her? Do you
Yeah, I
wanna
can.
ask her?
Why don't you ask her? I'll take the other one and you take that one. Bill's not here, but can we ask you, Ken, any further advance on the propane tank ownership and all that fun stuff?
Tank ownership, no, but I do have all the calculations now for the gallons that we've used for the year. So I'm in the process of going back and forth.
Yeah.
I wanna make a list and send it out to 3 or 4 different companies and see what we can do with that.
Okay, awesome. I think,
That is in progress.
yeah, and then hopefully that'll actually help us on the propane line, because if we can get a better bulk rate, right, then maybe that helps everybody. So you did that. All right, cap on chimney,
That one, Jimmy, I haven't done yet.
okay. Darnell, very,
About this year's budget.
yeah, exactly. Darnell was very concerned about the county costs and the 21 school care insurance, which we'll talk about in a second. And yes, it can raise rates. We've gotten that letter, so they've cited the chapter and verse in their contract as to how they can. Yeah, and the clerk we've confirmed, so that's good. All right, so I think that's all of the old business. All right, new business. Let's let Ken go quick.
Just real quick, I have these are for the purchase of the patriotic markers and it's just under $400.
For the cemetery.
For the cemetery.
Is that through me? Or
Okay,
is that the patriot? Is
Do
that-
the
patriotic
It
purposes.
is through the cemetery.
Well, the patriotic ones, that's,
Patriotic. should be
no,
paid.
those were, that's under patriotic.
Patriotic purposes, isn't it?
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll give you this. This is the quote.
Okay.
You know who runs that purchase thing is Steve Harlan.
That's correct. That's who gave me this.
Okay. Okay. So,
When is he on the, do
so
we have patriotic purposes as a?
we don't have a line there that will,
What's the cost on this? $400. $399.99.
Well, I think we just go under the patriotic purposes line, like, you know.
well, there's three of them. There's three
Yeah.
categories: Memorial Day, American flags, and War Monument.
So you wanna buy that now, right?
Instead of War
Or
Monument,
next-
call it
next year.
whatever these are.
Here.
Medallions, what are they called?
Yeah, so we don't actually have them scheduled to come in and present, so it's just a question, so.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, so about 400 we want to add to patriotic purposes.
For next year.
is he buying new flags this year too?
So we didn't. ask for it.
Well,
Yeah, that-
because
yeah,
we always,
There's an offset.
well, we always have money in there for new flags, so,
Right,
um,
well, they spent $243 this year. $300.
What line are we looking at for patriotic?
three
347.
Thank you.
What's the budget number there?
Give me a
The
second.
last four
347.
digits, what's that?
Way down there. 3811.
because if he doesn't need the 300 this coming year for flags,
You
Then
got,
I think he bought a box of flags.
then we can, just
just bump
add
that up to
another
100 and.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He didn't ask for him, and you know how Steve is, if he needs it, he'll tell him.
well, check with him for us if you
Yeah,
would, and just
okay.
let us know, and if he doesn't need flags, then we'll just call it 400 and change it to.
Line
No,
349,
I don't have it by lines, 42, what's the 4220, what's the budget?
458311. It's like right at the bottom of the main.
Oh, I see.
expenses.
Line
Patriotic,
346.
I got you. I don't have the line then.
Oh.
I got you. Patriotic persons. So are we gonna raise that?
Well, the idea was American flags, instead of it being 300 next year, we're gonna make it 400, but we're gonna have him check and just if you let us know, so we can plan that, and then we'll go from there.
Should we change that title, American flags, to American flags and?
Well, you've got a war monument line and there's $1 in it. Would it make more sense to consider these war
Put
monuments?
those under the
Yeah.
war monument?
Just a thought, I mean.
Yeah, that way we don't have to add another number.
Because flags are flags and we will need to buy them in the future.
Right,
Do you wanna put slash flag, flash, something so, because war monument means the war monument.
Yeah, it's the war monument. right?
Do we put a markers, or slash markers, just to
I get it,
clarify?
yeah.
Because otherwise you're gonna explode the line to figure out why there was an expense there.
That's true.
so we're doing what? American
Flags,
flag
markers,
and markers,
yeah, or something.
yeah.
flag
Or-
markers.
So are you gonna put the, are you gonna do it with the flags or the war monument?
With the mark, with the flag,
Flags, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
because I agree, the monument is a specific thing.
And just to make it clear, we can call them grave markers, just so people know what they really are. You know, or veteran markers or something.
And we're just gonna put 400
Yep,
for that.
that's good stuff,
But confirming that,
that we don't need anything extra for the,
flags.
yep. All right, very good, thank you. Okay, and other new business, Gail, you had brought up.
Yes,
Carol's.
the health insurance. So it looks as though our bill is 11,000 to be added to the present line, which I'm searching in the budget. I can't find what the line is.
Paid this year.
Do you know where it is? And so I would think that we would tell Carol to just go ahead and add it to that line, so we will know that that's where it went. I mean, rather than hiding it under something like professional service. The other question is a more serious one, so we just need to tell Carol the right number, if we can find it.
Well,
The more serious question, though, is raised by the Aaron Pat of Greenfield, who said that going forward, we only have 3 people on health insurance, and we got a special rate if we're part of a group of 50
right,
people.
right.
And so we really need to be part of Peterborough and possibly even New Ipswich as well as Greenville. So we need to have somebody who can go and talk to, probably I would think a selectman, and would talk to the Peterborough Select Board and say, look, why are you looking for a different insurance carrier? Whereas if we stay with school care, we've always had very good results with them. You know, we need to have this conversation.
Yeah, but that's a select board
Yeah, I would think
kind of
so.
thing, right?
Yeah, so you all have to do this, Ken.
It's,
Bill knows several of those Peterborough selectmen. I don't anymore.
I think it's line 119, personnel
Is
administration,
that what it is?
where it's background checks, health insurance, deductible, unemployment comp. Is
Oh,
that,
there it is.
is
Yeah,
that the right
health
one?
insurance. Okay, so,
What's the budget line?
119.
415-5210.
For the PEA health insurance?
Yep.
Yeah.
so,
Well,
So-
as of
What does PE stand for?
personnel administrator.
Administrator.
No, oh, I see.
So add 11,000 to that.
Well, but it's 11, so that 11,000 is in column D, so we've spent 63. We budgeted 83,250, which I'm surprised we haven't paid all of that at this point.
Yeah. If they pay it monthly,
Oh, they pay it monthly,
Yeah.
okay. That's why, so that's gonna go over by 11,000.
yes. And at least we will know maybe that's what the right number would be for next year.
Oh, you're saying to add 11, I thought that we already got a number from them, actually.
We got a number for next year?
I thought there wasn't.
I've forgotten how the deductible works. We as people, we pay $1,000 for everyone's deductible. Why is it now, somebody has paid 4,500? So who's paying the deductible? Is the town picking up all of the deductibles? That's the question.
No, I'm sorry, I was thinking of Primex for the
The health aid for the property insurance.
property stuff.
Yeah,
We didn't get an invoice.
We did not.
We usually get
I
it, we usually
misspoke.
get it end of November.
Yeah, I misspoke. It was the
okay.
the other one.
So can somebody clarify how the health insurance deductible is paid? I know that the town picks up $1,000 for each person. Policy, I guess it would be. So that's why we budget $3,000. So who paid the 4,500? Who
Actually,
paid the extra
4,800.
1,500?
Yeah, it's 48. What
What,
total?
what's your point?
No, it's more than, it's 4,800 is what you're showing in the budget.
Oh, all right.
That's what we spent. We spent 4,800
4,800.
out of the
I think
3.
what Gail's asking is there, are we taking money in from the employee to offset that?
Yeah, in other words, who's paying the extra 1,800? Do we charge the employees for that?
Do you know, Ken, at all?
I don't know, I mean, as far as I know, it was 100% we paid. So if they bring us their deductible or they bring us their co-pays, we pay it.
Yeah, but I thought that we agreed to pay only 1,000.
I think the 3,000, Gail, was just an estimate
Okay,
for the year. So it's like any of the lines, if it goes over, it goes over, so.
okay. Well,
Well, given the significant change, the significant overage, should we be planning for more for next year?
What do you think, Ken?
I would say you would have to plan for more. I mean, deductible is gonna be higher and co-pays are gonna be higher next year.
So we should probably change that to 5,000.
That's what I'm thinking, at least for now.
Yeah, at least get us in the ballpark.
so if you have a family policy, is it 1,000 for each member of the family policy?
Generally, it's twofold.
Yeah.
There's an individual and then there's the family total.
Well, all of our policies are family policies.
Yeah, but there'll be a total amount out of pocket as a family, but every individual has their own number. So
Okay,
you have to, each individual can hit their own number and then you can hit the overall
okay, so
family.
that's why it's going over.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay,
Okay. So next week, we got a big deal with the fire department.
next one. Yeah, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
just, I've got a question here,
Yes,
and I can look into this, the debt service is incorrect on the budget. It can't be different than what was budgeted. That's what was budgeted, the interest and principal payments, and that's etched in stone. So it's in there, it's 44,444, and for some reason, they've got the debt payment, the principal is different. And the debt interest is
way
different,
low.
so something. And those numbers that come in the budget line and came directly from the spreadsheet that they tell us we need to pay for 2025. So that needs to be corrected. And I can ask Sherry about that.
okay, please do.
Or I can ask Kara too, because Kara's the one that entered it.
Entered it, yeah. Okay,
Okay. So 12th of November, we've got fire department, animal control, planning and recreation. That's a lot.
yep.
Ken, you know, fire department pretty well set on their budget for next time, or is he set again?
No, I think there's an increase in, stipend. And I don't believe that there's anything else, but I haven't gone back and forth with George too much about it.
Okay.
Well, the real question is, what do they need for CIP type items?
Don't we have a skid unit? Is that this year, or next year?
No, I just turned it on. There is a skid unit. Can't recall if it's this year or next
Yeah, I
year.
remember it's this year or next year, and I don't know if George is planning on anything for it.
I mean, we're not really budgeting those big $500,000 trucks, you know. We don't have that in our CIP plan at all, do we, Andy?
Oh, we do.
We
but I
do.
think it-
Oh, no,
it's out quite a
we
ways.
do. We do.
Thought it was 30 or 33.
Something like,
Oh, okay.
maybe even before that. Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute.
Well, we had it earlier than that, and then we pushed it back because
Because we had gotten. the other
he
truck.
got the other truck.
Okay.
So we pushed it back quite a ways because of that, but
So let's see, fire. So for 2027, for 2026, we don't have anything for fire. For next year, for 2027, we have the skid units and we have the jaws of life. That's the battery one, right?
Yes, everything's battery now.
Right. So we'll wanna, maybe next meeting, if we can get an update on where you stand on those things.
Okay, I'll talk to George.
All right,
Right, or any other items, but those are what we have currently scheduled. And then just to give you a full picture, then 2028, nothing again, 2029, we have, the air packs are scheduled for 2029. We also have that year, I think this keeps getting moved out, but the brush truck, first response, but you guys got a truck for that, didn't you?
Yes,
So you should be,
we got another state truck for that,
Right.
and we moved the original brush truck and it's now the rescue.
so maybe again, at the last meeting, if we could, I don't know if George is able to come, but if we could get a whole update on not just this coming year, but some of those other things, that would be great.
Yeah, if George isn't, we will either postpone or whatever, so that he can,
Okay.
or the engineers will be here to present.
The other item, by the way, that we have, and these are multi-year items, so the brush truck was a multi-year, lease to buy or whatever, and then the pumper was the other one. Same thing, over 4 years.
And when was that one?
Again, 2029.
29.
Okay.
So you want the next meeting to be a joint BAC CIP?
as well. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're okay with
Yeah,
that.
just
Yeah.
two of the things real quickly, we should enter into the budget, the SWRPC budget, because they gave us an invoice. 1705.
Which, again, what is that?
SWRPC, the Southwest Regional Planning,
Yeah, I think I did that already.
well, we haven't talked about, it. I just want to make sure it was
Oh,
entered in the budget. And also the Primex, Primex.
The
invoice.
Primex, I do believe I put all those in.
Well, I mean, we should discuss it. I mean, it's a $5,000 increase, 25% increase, 26% this year. I mean, we're whacked by the county, we're whacked by Primex. We're by school care, and we don't know what the ambulance is gonna do yet. They've gone 48,000 3 years ago to 109, and went down to 92, but we're probably gonna get whacked there too. But the good thing about the Primex thing, and I read the proposal, was that, and we should make sure that the invoice is in here, but we don't have to pay till January. It's due January 5. And if some reason we don't want to go with Primex, we have till November 17th is the deadline to let them know. And if we don't let them know, then it's an automatic buy-in. But anyway, it's just it's a massive increase, everywhere we're looking.
so Southwest was what,
1709.
1709? That's number 189.
Now, Carole should know that we do have to pay that by January 5. But she can, cut the check on January 4, as long as it's dated January 5 or the 3.
The other thing that you could go ahead and probably clear too, would be the gasoline and diesel fuel. I would think we could just leave them the same for next year.
Okay, where are we
Where
at
is this
now?
highway, you mean?
245, 246.
4299, just, yeah, I mean, we give him a shot, right? I mean, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, he's in good shape. And like he was saying, there's never any, you never know what's gonna happen. Although right now gasoline prices are going down and down,
Yeah,
and diesel has come down quite a bit, so.
Which budget are we talking about here? Is it highway?
It's
The
gasoline,
4299,
it's not
the
highway,
town
it's
vehicle
gasoline and
fuels.
diesel.
Oh, a separate line, okay.
Yes,
line 245.
Okay, I got it.
that covers both fire department and highway department.
Okay. Okay, what else?
All right,
Move we adjourn?
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sounds good.
Peter, I'll do the CIP minutes for the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm not touching that.
Okay,
Yeah, leave me.
well, last time you did sort of a joint